Morning and welcome to my kitchen. Today's episode is all about pud, the dessert, the final piece of the Christmas dinner. I've got the most delicious mince pie flavoured parfait, served in a ring mould like a wreath. It's absolutely delicious. Everything that you love about a mince pie, but in a pud. And then a self-saucing chocolate and orange pudding. So if you don't fancy the mince pie wreath, you can go for this one. Put it all in one tray, bake it, creates a delicious chocolate and orange sauce. It is my favourite. Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. It is time for Christmas dessert episode. I have got two delicious recipes for you that are alternatives to the traditional Christmas pud. Now, first of all, we're going to make a delicious chocolate and orange self-saucing pudding. It's definitely what I'm serving on Christmas Day. So first of all, let's get started. Now, in the recipe, which will be down the side, I'm sure Carlos will pop that down there for you, with all the ingredients. If you want the recipe, scan the QR code along the bottom. It'll take you to masterclass.co website and you'll get the recipe there. But in with the first amount of sugar. So we've got to save a little bit of the sugar there. In fact, I'll just tell you how much. So we need to save 20 grams of sugar and 25 grams of cocoa powder from the recipe list for the end, and I'll show you why. So in with our self-raising flour, there's 150 grams in there. You like this recipe, don't you? Yeah. It confuses us because it's self-saucing, isn't it? It does. In with your cocoa powder, but it's good. It's really good. Chocolate and orange for me is the combination. I'm from York originally, where the Terry's Chocolate Orange Factory was. So, there used to be this elusive, like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, past the race course for Terry's, and that's where they made the chocolate orange. Well. And I do love a dark chocolate orange, not a milk, mother. Dark chocolate orange. No. You tried the white one? Oh, white chocolate and orange. No, not right. Dark chocolate and orange. If anyone's struggling for a Christmas present for me, dark chocolate and orange, I love. Oh, yes. It's a hint. Right, so we just blend the dry ingredients there together. That's it. That's easy, that bit, isn't it? Right, let's get another jug. Okay. Love these smart space jugs. Look, they all stack inside each other. How cool is that? Brilliant. Sometimes it's the little things that please you in life, isn't it? Okay, so now we go for wet ingredients. So, large free-range egg, straight in. Okay, I've got my milk. I think it is 125 grams of milk. Some vanilla. Now, I've gone for the Nielsen Massey stuff. I love vanilla. You can't really skimp on, but the better the quality vanilla, the less you need of it. Don't use, always use extract, not essence. Essence is chemically created. Extract is the real stuff, okay? And then in with your melted butter. You could use margarine easily on that.
Do you have to use vanilla?
No, you don't have to. You could do without it, but it adds something to it, I think.
I'm not a massive fan of it.
Really?
No.
I love good vanilla.
I like it.
Love it.
If I had like a can of cocktail or something like that, I would have it in there, but I never got it when people said to put it in buttercream and things like that.
Oh.
Controversial, sorry.
That's okay.
Once you started an argument there.
Yeah. Put it in the comments below. Go easy on her. Right. Clementines, orange, okay? So we're going to slice our oranges super thin, and it's important you do it thin. Okay, so take your time, because we're going to slice them, and we're going to lay them on the bottom of the pudding. Leave that little bit there. That's okay. We'll pop that on there because we're going to use it in a minute. So top, pop it into a bowl.
Clementines.
You could use oranges if you like, but I mean, clementines are incredibly Christmassy. You know, if you can only get satsumas or, easy peelers, they call them in the supermarket, don't they?
Yeah.
But I tell you what,
Clementines are good, aren't they?
Christmas. Absolute Christmas for me. Love a clementine.
Is there anything else that you could put on the bottom if you didn't like clementines?
You don't have to put anything on. I mean, the first time I did this recipe was just a self-saucing chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
You could put jam on the bottom, it'd be quite nice. Raspberry jam, raspberry and chocolate, that'd be nice. But I'm all about Christmas. For me, is all about chocolate orange. Okay, so can you see this all right? Yeah, good. So, I need one more slice, I think. There we go. We'll keep those, and I'm going to eat that. Right. So let's go back to our dry. So we've got our dry ingredients. Let's just make a well in the middle. You see that all right?
Yep.
And then we're going to add our wet ingredients. So we've got milk, egg, vanilla, and melted butter. Okay. All right, Pip. I've got nothing here you would like today. Okay, and then we're just going to fold this together. Just give it a nice gentle... Don't overwork it because you don't want it to become quite tough. Once it comes together, it's done. That's it.
How would you serve this to cold?
Hot. But kind of like give it 5-10 minutes after it's come out of the oven.
Yeah.
Just to... Right. So let's pour this on top here. It's super... I mean, look at how quick was that? It's super easy.
And it can feed quite a few people as well. There's like quite a...
Yeah. Crowd pleaser, this one, I think. Crowd pleaser. Christmas pudding in our house is always a bit...
Yeah.
Nah, what we're going to have instead. And everyone buys this year's supermarket pudding. And actually, I think, make your own.
Christmas pudding, just so we can... Cause we don't like,
Do you?
We don't like to waste a big one. Because
No.
we like to bake our own stuff. There's nothing nicer at Christmas than baking our own stuff. I know.
Yeah. It's what it's all about, isn't it? Getting, I remember my mum, bless her, she'll be watching this. You didn't bake a lot, did you, Mum? But when you did, it was at Christmas. Mince pies, gammon, all that sort of stuff. And I kind of remember that as a kid. I knew Christmas Eve, Mum would be making mince pies and stuff like that. Okay, right. And now we're just going to push the sponge and cover the orange. And what's going to happen is the orange is going to get hot. And the fragrance of the clementines is going to push up through the pudding. And it will be absolutely delicious. I think this could be the big hit for Christmas, this. This is a good pudding. Pardon? Yeah. That too. Okay. So, once those oranges are completely covered, that's it. Here you go. You can lick the bowl. There you go. Don't try that at home. Right. Okay. Pudding is ready for the oven. One last thing. Okay. So remember that cocoa powder and that sugar that you reserved. Mix it together. Okay. This is going to be your sauce. Okay.
Like it baffles me, like how does that create this?
Well, you shall see in just 1 minute. Okay, so I've got one of the little sieves from Masterclass. Okay, so let's just pop a little bit in there and then just sprinkle it all over your pudding. All right, keep going till it's all done. This is one of those little sort of tea strainer type sieves, so it'll take a couple of goes, which is fine. And what happens is, as this bakes, the sauce on the top drops down. There we go. That is all our sugar. Now, kettle boiled, freshly boiled. Got it here. Now, our orange tops, okay? Squeeze them on top, all right? Because that's just got flavour. The minute this orange hits the chocolate, we're in business. We are in business. It's chocolate orange at its very best. And then a little bit of hot water. It's in the recipe. So make sure you scan the QR code along the screen now, and it'll tell you where to go to masterclass.co. You'll get the recipe there. It'll tell you exactly how much hot water. Whack this in the oven, 160 degrees Celsius, fan oven for 30 minutes, and the sauce will drop to the bottom. It will make friends with those slices of oranges, and you will have this lovely sponge that just comes up through that sauce. It is the best chocolate pud Christmas could give you. All right? If Father Christmas was going to give you a pudding, it'd be this. In it goes. Emily, it will not be long. I promise. Right. Now, it's time to show you how to make an amazing clementine and mince pie parfait. Right, it's time for my mince pie parfait, or Emily's now renamed it as a mince, no, what was it? A parfait wreath. A parfait wreath, which sounds really nice. So, I'm going to show you how to make it. Emily's going to show you how to photograph it. So, anyway, so we're going to make a parfait. Now, parfait is like an ice cream, but it's not churned, so it's not stirred as it's frozen. We just make it, we set it, and off we go. So, mince pie filling first. Let's get that into the pan, because I want to melt the suet that's in there. I don't want chunks of that. So we've got a jar of mince pie filling.
What is suet?
Suet, it's like it's a fat.
Right.
But it's a vegetable fat. It used to be beef suet, which was, came from cows, obviously. Whereas now, most people get vegetarian suet now. So I've got 2 clementines. So just to get loads and loads of flavour in there. I've got this I love this juice. Whoa. Blimey. Okay. Let's try and be a little less... It's going everywhere. It's all right. Right, we'll try again. Okay. Stop sniggering, Emily. Okay, so into the juicer. Great thing about these juicers is you get everything out. Loads of flavour. These are from Chef'n. Really good. Do you love a clementine?
Yeah, they are like the...
I used to get one in my stocking every year because I was a good boy. I was on the good boy list.
But you don't get them anymore.
No, the kids do. We always put a clement. Well, we don't. Father Christmas does.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's a bit of a family tradition, and we were always threatened if we were naughty, we'd get a piece of coal.
You mean you never saw a piece of coal in yours?
No, we had a gas fire. I was never going to get... In hindsight, I was never going to get one, was I? Never. Was I, Mum? Right, let's pop that onto the hob, and we're just going to melt that gently, okay? Till those 2 flavours marry together. Now, onto our cream, our parfait filling. Is that all right? Right, condensed milk. This will give us our real sweetness, and because this is really sweet, it will help it not freeze solid, okay?
I've got a question for you.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to answer this one, but go on.
Obviously, condensed milk's used in things like caramel and like fudges and things like
Yeah.
that. What? I always see evaporated milk on the... What the heck is evaporated milk? Just when you're using condensed
Yeah.
milk, I don't know, what is it?
Well, evaporated milk, I'm presuming, is just where they've evaporated the water and it's a more concentrated...
What would you use that for then?
I don't know. I can't remember. Nobody really uses evaporated milk anymore.
I just wondered what you said. I didn't know whether it could have been an alternative, but...
No, there's condensed milk.
That's fine. I just thought that's it.
There we go. You see that? Condensed milk. Right. And then a little bit of vanilla, since it's Christmas. Vanilla extract. Okay. And then we've got double cream. Okay. 500 ml. This is a dessert that could easily be made like now. Ready for Christmas. All done in the freezer. Ready to go.
What other flavours can you use? You obviously use mincemeat.
Loads, yeah. I mean, if you weren't doing mincemeat, you could do a raspberry jam one. You could do strawberry, any jams you want to use up.
You have to make... You did one once. I think the very simple, like,
Yeah, done a rhubarb one. Done loads of those before. Right, let's whisk this together now. So you want to whisk it to like nice soft peaks. Don't whip it to piping texture. It just wants to be nice, soft peaks.
What happens if it goes that far?
It's not velvety on the texture. It's just kind of a little bit, it's like eating whipped cream. Whereas you want it nice and velvety and smooth, okay? Almost there.
Brown now, you can actually make this with dairy-free alternative to the do vegan.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Now,
Yeah.
Mod-based double cream.
Yeah.
I've noticed that double cream doesn't necessarily whip up as much. So would that make a difference? Would that?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to experiment, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You could also use custard powder because that is vegan.
Right.
Bird's custard powder is plant-based. There's no egg in it. So you could use plant-based milk, and you could perhaps, instead of the condensed milk, you could use some plant-based custard and some plant-based cream. You'd have to experiment, but in terms of taking the concept, yeah, no problem at all. Okay, so mince pie filling. Take yourself a sieve, okay? And now the mince pie filling is all melted. The clementine juice is in there. We're just going to pour it through a sieve. Now, if you want, you could just chuck it all in and add in the dried fruit as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this dried fruit for the top after it's frozen. Okay, and we're going to chop up some mince pies. We're going to mix it with the extra bit of this, and we're just going to sit it on the top of the parfait when it comes out of the freezer. Make it delicious. So what this is going to do is just give us a really nice mince pie flavour without all the fruit in it, and then we keep the fruit for the top. But it's entirely up to you. It's not going to not work if you just chuck all the fruit in. It'll still work. If it's too much faff. So just use your spoon and just push it through. And because it's sweet and sugary and syrupy and mulled, it's going to mean that it's got a really nice sort of soft freeze, so it won't freeze solid. And now we just swirl that through. You wait till you try this, Emily. Before we freeze it, it'll be really good. Now we've just sort of got this caramel look to the cream. It's got a little vanilla flecks through it. Have a taste now. You could add a bit of brandy to it if you wanted to. It is Christmas. There you go. Have a try of that. See what you think. This is where you can adjust it. That is all right in my book.
I just have it out the bowl like that.
I mean, you could just set that in glasses and you could serve it like that. But we've got this masterclass bunting. So we're going to make a Christmas wreath, aren't we, Emily?
Yes, we are.
And we'll pour this in here.
Oh my goodness.
You like that? Who'd have thought a bit of cream, a bit of condensed milk and some mince pies could make something so nice, eh?
That's good.
Good.
You could not tell.
It's just got those Christmassy notes, hasn't it?
It's not over, like, sometimes, like, with the mince pie, it can be so overpowering of mincemeat, but that's just got, like, nice flavours of it.
Yeah. Okay. So what we do is give it a little tap, okay? Make sure there's no air pockets in there. Give it a little turn, like so. and we're going to pop this in the freezer overnight, okay? It will freeze solid, well not solid, semi-solid. And then we're going to take a blowtorch and we're just going to turn it upside down, blowtorch it. Now if you haven't got a blowtorch, you're just going to have to leave it for about 5 minutes. Maybe if you had a tea towel with some boiling water on it or hot water and just lay it on it, warm it up, it'll just drop out straight away, okay? What you can do is do that before Christmas Day, put it back in the freezer when it's out of the tin so you don't have to faff about on Christmas Day. And then all I'm going to do is take some mince pies, I'm going to chop them all up, I'm going to add my mixture that I used to flavour this, and I'm going to sit it on the top, and we're going to put a clementine right in the middle and have a beautiful mince pie parfait that is now becomes your centrepiece for your Christmas dessert. Kitchen smells amazing. Look, the sauce is gone, as I promised, and all we've got now is a very lovely chocolate pudding with orange, which is the best. But I suppose what you really want to see is the sauce on the bottom, innit? Yep. Which means I'm going to have to eat some to get to the bottom for you. I guess you want to have a little... Oh, it's warm. Oh, look at that. Do you want to try some, Emily?
I'll let you taste it first.
I'm going in. That's one damn good pudding. Chocolate and orange. Need I say more? Now, if you want the recipe, scan the QR code along the bottom. There you go. Look at that, Emily. That's the saucy stuff. That's the good stuff, that. Don't expect any magical edits right now. Emily's busy. If you want the recipe, scan the QR code along the bottom. It will take you to masterclass.co website. All our recipes are there. You want this recipe. You really, really do. And you want to share it with all your friends. I think.
Yep.
We're having this at Christmas dinner, Emma. This is pudding for us in our house, in the Sidwell house, on Christmas Day. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have an amazing Christmas. Make sure you tune in next week. We're making cocktails on Christmas Eve, 9 a.m. on Facebook, getting ready for the festive period. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.